They say the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. But what if he didn't just exist? What if he's been watching? They say evil has a face, but what if it has many? Across continents and centuries, humanity has conjured up a singular being whose very name sends a chill down the spine. Lucifer, the devil, Satan, the morning star, the prince of darkness. These names ring out across ancient deserts and modern cities alike, echoing a fear that is both universal and strangely personal. But who or what is the devil, really? To answer that, we have to descend, not just into hell, but into the layers of history, myth, and the human psyche. The devil's roots run deeper than Christianity, deeper even than civilization itself. In the earliest cities of Mesopotamia, people whispered of Utuku and Edimu, spirits that haunted the living and drove the weak to madness. Zoroastrianism, one of the world's first monotheistic faiths, described a cosmic struggle between Ahura Mazda, god of light, and Angra Mainyu, the destructive spirit. Angra Mainyu wasn't called the devil, but his essence was unmistakable, twisting truth, corrupting souls, spreading disease and death. The seed was planted. Then came the Abrahamic scriptures. In the beginning, there was only light. God created angels, divine beings of beauty and loyalty. But among them was one who was different. Lucifer, the light bringer, the most radiant of them all. His pride was boundless. He refused to serve humanity, creatures of dust, blessed with free will. Non serviam, he whispered, I will not serve. And so, in that defiance, he fell, banished from heaven, cast down into a pit of eternal night. But the fall was just the beginning. By the time Christianity spread through Europe, the devil was everywhere, not just a horned figure with a pitchfork, but a force in the world. The howling wind in the Black Forest, the whisper behind your shoulder in the dead of night, the temptation that pulled men from the path of salvation. Medieval monks scribbled grim visions of him into illuminated manuscripts. Red eyes, goat hooves, crow feathers, twisted antlers. His image was stitched together from nightmares, from pagan gods, from local lore. Pan Baphomet, Hades, Cernunnos. The church needed him, for with fear of the devil came control. In 1487, two Dominican inquisitors published the Malleus Maleficarum, the Hammer of Witches. It claimed Satan gave witches power in exchange for loyalty. Suddenly, thousands of women across Europe were tortured and executed, burned alive, drowned, broken. They said they met the devil at night, danced with him in the woods, signed his book in blood. True or not, the devil's legend became a weapon. His presence was no longer just spiritual. It was political. The devil didn't only dwell in superstition. In 1634, in the French town of Laudun, a convent of Ursuline nuns convulsed, spoke in tongues, screamed obscenities, and accused a local priest, Urbain Grandier, of summoning Satan. Witnesses reported levitation, unearthly voices, and the devil's nightly visits. Grandier was burned at the stake. Was it mass hysteria, or something much darker? Even the Vatican, to this day, holds files of exorcisms too disturbing for the public. Priests are trained to recognize the signs of demonic possession, speaking unknown languages, superhuman strength, aversion to the sacred. But they are also taught a horrifying truth. The devil lies. He mimics. He manipulates. Sometimes he hides in plain sight. By the 18th century, the devil had evolved again. Less a monster, more a deal maker. Tales spread of men, poets, violinists, alchemists, selling their souls for fame, beauty, power. Johann Georg Faust, a German scholar, was said to have summoned the devil in a dark forest, trading his soul for infinite knowledge. He dined with princes. He defied death until the contract ended and his body was found, torn apart, burned from within. Thus was born the myth of the Faustian bargain. The devil doesn't just tempt, he offers, always, with a price. Yet even as science and skepticism spread, belief in the devil proved stubborn. The Vatican, across centuries, has stood firm. The devil is not a metaphor, not a symbol, but an active, intelligent force seeking the ruin of souls. Popes have spoken of him directly. Exorcists still perform rituals, and in recent years, the Church has quietly increased its number of trained exorcists. Possession is on the rise. Evil is not a metaphor. It is personal, and it is intelligent, warned Father Cesare Truqui in 2018. Modern psychologists and theologians debate, is evil a human construct, or is it something external? For those who claim to have seen him, he is no metaphor. Police archives and online forums record stories. A man in Poland whose daughter levitated during an exorcism, speaking Latin she'd never learned. Hikers in the Carpathians, found dead, eyes burned out, bodies twisted in impossible ways. The last entry in one of their journals read, "He is with us now. His voice is honey, his eyes are holes." Maybe the devil doesn't come with fire and brimstone. Maybe he comes with a whisper, a suggestion, a lie that sounds just true enough. Maybe he's not out there at all. Maybe he's inside us, in every choice we make to harm, in every lie we justify, in every moment we turn away from compassion. Maybe the devil doesn't need horns or a pitchfork. Maybe he just needs a willing soul. Evil isn't born, it's invited in, and sometimes it never leaves. From a fallen angel to a global obsession, the devil has never truly left our world. He doesn't hide in the shadows. He is the shadow, and maybe, just maybe, he's closer than we think. This is the first episode in our new series. In each chapter, we'll explore the myth, mystery, and madness behind the most infamous demons and devils in history. Buckle up. Things are about to get darker.
Let's be honest. The devil, as a concept, says more about us than it does about any supernatural being. He's not just a villain in the story of good versus evil. He's the necessary antagonist in the mythos of our moral structure. He's why people fear temptation, why we blame shadows when things go wrong, and why we always need someone to take the fall. But what's more disturbing? That the devil exists, or that we invented him. That behind every demon we draw with horns and pitchforks, there's a human being, afraid of their own darkness, trying to name it. In a world where truth is flexible and morality is relative, the devil becomes a compass. A terrifying one, sure, but a compass nonetheless. And whether he's a fallen angel, a metaphor, a myth, or something more, he's still here, waiting.
Darkness doesn't always hide. Sometimes it invites you in.
This was The Diabolist's Lab. Like, comment, and follow for more twisted truths and dangerous fiction. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your doors locked.